go through these 10 points relatively quickly, and then we're going to explain for you how you can express your priorities of these 10 items. So these 10 items start with a group of 3 that are centered around connectivity. The component autonomy issue. There's a lot of different components in the AIA. As you know, most of you here in this room pay dues to 3 different components. You pay dues to national, state, and local. And the issue of autonomy and how much autonomy each of those entities should have is an issue that needs to be assessed. Component structure. It's a fairly unwieldy structure, and does it need to be that 3-tier process or that 3-tier structure? Then the issue of just lack of coordination amongst those tiers. And again, these are all items that the survey results have identified for us. There's a lot of inconsistency between one component and another, as far as the services that they provide, the staff that they have available to provide those services. So those are 3 of the 10 items there.
Can I ask you a question? What is the action for each of those 3 things? Those are just statements. They don't really tell you what you're going to do to resolve those statements.
I agree. And what we need to do here tonight is we need to discuss this, and we need to extend National, who is compiling results from sessions like this. They're compiling that information in order to make an action plan.
But how do you choose between one of those 3 things when none of them seem to point to anything to do?
Well, I think they do point to certain things to do. We could relook at the entire tier coordination and redo that if that's what we think that we need to do. We could change the autonomy of the different tiers. Right now, they're all pretty much independent, fairly independent and autonomous entities. They don't all have the same mission.
Kurt, give a little background. A big problem for us is one of the things that we heard over and over and over in the survey is the endless stream of top-down templates from the national component. Here's the walk, go out and do this, or here's this program or this program. It would really be great if AIA-Dallas bought into this and went and did it. And there's a real loss of appetite for that kind of thing. That it needs to be a little bit more organic or bottom up rather than top down. So, as an AI leader, I was and still am. It's just radioactive for me to say, we did the survey, we got these 10 points, and here's our action plan. We really like it if you guys would take this and run with it. So, we're trying to say we did this research. Here's what we think a synthesis of that is, and can you all guide us from your opinion? The leaders that went to grassroots, your elected leaders, and from other components around the country, 700 people at grassroots, voted with their feet on this, and it was from 4 different breakouts. That group was divided in 4 different sets, and we brought all those 4 boards back together. They had almost an identical bell curve. And the item number 1 in the bell curve is we need to respect our emerging professionals and make them more integrated part of this profession. So that for us was that was a direction, that spotlight shining down the road on that. And we're looking to you all for that kind of information. So it may be one of these things, something related to one of these things, it may be something totally different.
And likewise, the Texas Architect Group met a few weeks ago, and they came up with a different list of priorities. And so what we're anxious to see here today is we've seen kind of the results, how national has prioritized these items, and we've seen how our state component has prioritized them. And then today we're kind of looking to you to see how you would prioritize these items.